Good afternoon, guys. I'm here to talk to you about changing your windshield wiper switch, which is right here. This is a 2014 F-150 XLT. I've never had any issues with it at all until recently. I've had it now for about 5 years, of course, but never had any real significant issues until recently. And this one, I wouldn't even consider it significant. It's just annoying. So what ends up happening, I can show you guys, because you might be experiencing the same thing. But what happens is you cut the car on, windshield wipers are actually off, however they come on by themselves. So this is actually the multifunction switch, which is right here. So this little thing is called your multifunction switch. I'm not by any means a car expert or anything like that. However, I'm getting tired of being ripped off by, oh, hey, you got to buy the part, which is, $70, $80. Plus, we got to do a diagnostic to find out what's wrong. On top of that, we also got to charge you another fee for installation and all this other stuff. And it, something like this that I feel like should be something simple that you can fix. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to change it. First thing I want you to do is look at the tools that you're going to need. Just a regular socket wrench, probably a flathead, and you're going to use the flathead probably just to, not significant, but just enough to kind of pry open on this area right here, because there's like a little clip that goes in there. Another thing with the socket wrench, this is the one I'm going to use here, the 732. I'm going to use that one. That fits underneath, where you have 3 screws that are located underneath in these holes. That should do the trick to get everything taken apart. So another key trick that I didn't know about, but I found out later on, when the car is in the on position, the best thing you probably want to do is actually turn the steering wheel so that you can get behind it. I'm going to go ahead and do that now so we can try to get behind that steering wheel column. So this is what I mean. You want to get it into this position so you're able to get in there and pop the clips on some of these things here. So first things first, getting underneath, taking out the 3 screws that are located underneath. Okay, now that I've removed the screws are about this big underneath, so you know that you're not looking for any huge long screws. The next thing that you want to do is you start disassembling everything. On the right side over here, don't forget you got this little rubber sleeve, which is very simple. You just pop it out, comes out pretty easy, and just want to roll that back and go ahead and have it roll back, so that way you can get to the different parts that you need to get to. The next thing you have to do is getting under here, popping these clips, and popping the clips here. And there's actually one that's hidden right here on the side. You want to pop that out too, so you can get this top portion off. Now, I didn't speak about it in the beginning, but what I want to show you is this is the replacement part for it. Very simple. Make sure that you get the exact one that matches your truck, because some of them, they have it with automatic windshield wipers and other things like that, but make sure you get the one that actually matches and works with your truck. And you can go to any kind of parts store and get this piece. Generally, you're going to go to the parts store and you're going to find it anywhere from $35 to probably about $56. So you can shop around different places at different prices or whatever, and do what's best for you and your budget. But I'm going to start taking these pieces off so you can get to see what I'm talking about. Alright, so I've got the top off. This is the top piece. It comes off fairly quickly, fairly easy. And once you pop that off, you want to take a look down, and this is the actual piece that you're going to be removing. You'll notice that it's got 2 screws. There's actually a screw here, and if you can see down there, there's another screw that's underneath. So one of the ways to get to that screw is to go ahead and you'll pull down a little bit, But you get in there and you'll pop this out a little bit if you need to. Some people don't. You might be able to get your screw in there and start getting that out. But if you can't, you know, you'll just slide this piece back very easily. Take these two screws out, and then that's when you'll start to do the replacement. So ironic enough, as I'm changing the windshield wiper multifunction switch, it starts raining. So it had a quick downpour, but we're back to it. So the screws are removed. In order to remove these screws, there's two little screws. Like I said, one of the screws is here. The other one is down here. I didn't have to move the pedal switch. I could pull those screws out pretty easy. This is the screw itself. There's two of them, same size. But to get those screws out, you're actually going to be using a hex bit. So for me, you know, I just use my little hex bit set. I use actually the smallest one I had. Went ahead, used that one, pulled them out pretty easily. Then from here, you just start pulling this apart, which actually slides out pretty easy. So like I said, it just slides out very easily. So pop that in, you'll see, you know, I had a little grease on it or whatever, but you can take that little grease and, you know, you can use the grease that's left over that's on there. But again, this was the part that I said, it just slides on and off. You'll see a little clip. You can get my big fingers out of the way. There's a clip that's right here. That's what holds this into place. But all you have to do is kind of lift up on that clip, and then that'll pop that back, and you can slide it in and out however you want. Now I'm going to take the new one, put the new one in, and click it back. All right, so pulled that back, slid the new one into place. Everything's good to go now. You can, however, take the keys, take the keys though. That's the only way you're going to be able to start the car. But you can go ahead and start the car and give it a test. So the new one's in spot, or in place, excuse me. You look up top. Windshield wipers aren't moving. Turn the switch. We got windshield wipers moving again. Turn it off. They're off like they're supposed to be. So sliding that in is very successful. So all you have to do now is start assembling everything back the way that you had it before. I said this will end up going up and snapping together once you put the top piece on. But before you even do all of that, you want to put your screws back in place. Once you put your screws back in place, and you snap the top cover back on, get everything snapped on, and then you come back over, you take your sleeve and you snap it on. But let's go, I'll go ahead and assembling everything. Cool, so now we've got everything back in place. Everything's back to where it's supposed to be. Sleeves back on, screws are back in. Again, we want one more test. Windshield wipers work. Turn it back to the off position. Windshield wipers are off like they're supposed to be. So guys, I'm not a mechanic. I don't, I have a few tools and I do a few things, but it's very simple to fix, and it saved me roughly almost $150. So part itself was $40, and it took me about 20 to 25 minutes for a non-mechanic, non-car guy to get in here and fix this. So thanks for listening. Thanks for checking out this video. Like I said, good luck to you.